Hi, Maddie from the future. So, I'm gonna keep it in, but I did say that this video was either going to be posted to TikTok or Instagram. Um, as you can see, it was posted to YouTube. One, ignore that the video is absolute balls. One, I don't know what I'm doing. Two, this is the first time I've posted, like, a really good quality-ish video to YouTube. Like, a video that I've edited and put time into. So, this is slightly terrifying. Especially because it's been 7 years since I last posted anything. But, you know what? You only live once. Let's see where this goes, shall we? Hello, everybody. Me, Mads, or Maddie, whatever you prefer to call me. So, today, now I tried filming this yesterday and I realised I hated it. So, we're gonna try again today. But basically, I want to show you guys how I do my base makeup. Now, it does slightly change depending on what kind of mood I'm in, but most of the time I use cream products, like cream eyebrow, cream blush, cream contour, / bronzer, because I like matte eyeshadows, not a big fan of matte base. I prefer like a real, light, dewy, I guess, base. So, there's that. So I'm going to show you what I do for my base, and then I might do a bit of an eyeshadow look in the same or in a different video. We shall see. Not sure who's going to get this first. TikTok, Instagram, probably TikTok. Depends on how long the video is. Might not even go up on TikTok. But we shall see. So, first off, I need to clean my brushes. Or at least the brushes that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to go quickly do that. And we shall be back. Okay. Cleaned all the brushes that I'm going to be using. So, first off, I like to go with eyebrow pomade. I usually go for one of these two shades. I reckon I might go in with that slightly lighter brown one. And our little angled brush. This is the Crown Pro eyebrow palette. Love it to bits. And this is, I think, an eyebrow or angled brush from a Kmart set of brushes that I've had for 2-3 years now. I think I got 2 sets, so it's like 2 of the same sets. So I have a fair amount of brushes. I think I've lost a few, but yeah. That happens. By the way, I don't have a filter on. I have 2, ignore my arms, I have 2 lights here and here that are shining down on me, like, this way, so that's why there's a little bit of shadowing going on. The lighting in my room is not perfect. I'm trying really hard not to swear. I'm Australian. Okay, give me some grace, please. So, I'll just quickly do my eyebrows, and we shall get on. And there we have the eyebrows. They're not perfect, but to be honest, they never are. the very least, they're sisters, not twins. Because I'm just showing you, like, what I do for my base, we're not going to go real heavy with the eyes, because if I was going heavy with the eyes, I do the eyes first, then the base. But we're just going to do the base and some neutral, natural eyeshadow. Now, I like to go in with some setting spray. This is Revolution London setting spray. I cannot remember which one it is because I kind of ripped off the label. Now I just dry that and let it dry completely. As I heard many people on TikTok say. Now I know not to prime is a crime, but unfortunately, I do not have primer. Drop my lip gloss. Yes, I don't have primer. This is what I use as primer. And it works. It makes the base look good. Now, next we go in with foundation. This is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation from Revolution London. It's in the shade F1, which is, I'm pretty sure, porcelain, I believe. Because I am translucent white. As I like to say, I am not much of an outdoorsy person, so I'm very pale. I just put it on the back of my hand, and I just... Now this is just my everyday base makeup, so I'm not going in real heavy, going in very, very light. And I probably have a lot of people yelling at me. Tapping motions, tapping motions. I kind of like tap and like drag, sort of. Because this is full coverage, if I'm doing like a full coverage look, I will only use this. But because we're only going in with it lightly, I will also use concealer. And I use the Conceal and Define concealer in the shade C1. Because, again, I am, in fact, translucent white. Can't forget the neck. Alright. Done with the foundation. And now, we go in with the concealer. Now, I do also use concealer as eyeshadow base. And I just go in with a, like, dense, flat sort of brush and just tap that in and then just spread it around. Yeah, I cleaned this brush. There's the eyes done. Now, At this stage, I go in with some setting spray, just to set that. Those first two sprays were definitely in the wrong place. I sprayed over that way, and look, I had my eyes closed, I didn't know where I was spraying. Again, wait for that to dry. Now, I'm not really one to carve out my brows. Never have been. Unless I'm doing it on a client, then I might. But on myself, I don't. Yeah. When that's done drying, English. When that's done drying, I go in with, this is a new product I just recently picked up. It's Revolution Pro Glow Edit Cream Contour and Bronze. Now, generally I think this is more of a bronze than a contour, but I still kind of use it as contour, I guess. I'll put some there at first. I go in with another foundation brush, and I just blend that in. I don't use too much, because, again, I'm just showing you what I do as a sort of everyday base. One side seems to be blending out easier than the other. I don't know why. It tends to happen. I also notice it with clients a lot as well. Tends to blend out on one side more seamlessly than the other. Now, even though it is more of a bronzy shade, like I said, I still do use it as a contour. So I put it in all the contour spots. And sometimes, if I feel like it's too warm, I'll go over it with powder. But for today, it doesn't look that bad. Definitely squeezed a little bit too much there. Whoops. Now, I definitely pumped a little too much on my chin area, so I go in with the brush that I used for foundation. Just go over it until it doesn't seem that harsh of a colour. And then bit on the nose. That was definitely more than a bit. Oops. So I just use brush that I used for concealer. Again, just to lighten it up a bit. I don't really use it to change the shape of my nose, rather than just accentuate the shape that's already there. Put the lid back on that. Alright. Now, at this point, we do a little bit of concealer on the nose, on my pinky. Just use that as a sort of highlight for the nose. Just use the rest just to blend that out more. There we go. There's contour done. Now we go in with cream blush that I can't remember where I put. I shall be back. Not gonna lie, I'm kinda blind. It was right over there. Now, go in with our finger. And I like to mix these two. This is also a Crown Pro palette, cream blush palette. And I just put the lighter shade, and then on my pinky, get a little bit of that darker shade. Just put that right in the middle there. And another foundation brush. This is an MCO Beauty foundation brush. I just put a little bit of that on the eyes. Makes a lovely shade that's not too light and not too dark. Somewhere in the middle. Now, I just recently actually started using cream blush. I've noticed it gives much more of a natural kind of finish. And I do actually prefer it. Yes, I still do blush on my nose. Leave me alone. Now, for highlighter, I usually go in with my trusty Motionless in White palette, and I use Porcelain as my highlighter. I love the reflectiveness of it. It's just, it's beautiful. Can't really tell on camera. Oh, you kind of can. It's very reflective. I love it. It's like a mirror. Put a little bit on the nose. Just to further accentuate. I do also like to put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And that is the base done. Then we go in with another spritz of setting spray. As you can tell, I like to use a lot of setting spray. Just melt that all together. Might actually need to fix up that chin contour a little bit more. Can still sort of notice it a bit. Alright, there we go. All done. that's the base done. And now we do the eyeshadow, which I will also be using my Motionless in White palette. And for a more neutral, natural look, I usually go in with Corpse Nation, and I'll go in with either Porcelain or Hollow Points. Sometimes I also like to go in with Red, White, and Boom. I reckon we'll go in with Porcelain today for the shimmer. So I'll be back when I do that. And there you have it. I did go a little bit more drama with the eyes, but not too much. I just put a little bit of black eyeshadow on there. And as per usual, one side looks a bit darker than the other. But I'll fix that if I feel like it's a big problem. There we go. Now to finish, I'll go in with some lip gloss. And this is also Revolution, called Juicy Pout, and it's lip gloss with cherry, raspberry, and jojoba oil. I think that's how you pronounce it. Just put a little bit on our lips. I really like this lip gloss, mainly because it's not too sticky. And it actually feels quite nice on the lips. And there you have it. We are done. Alright. So next video I might show you how I actually no, yeah. I will show you how I do my Rook the Vengeful makeup using face paints, and we shall see where this goes from there. I hope you guys liked the video. Bye bye.